afternoon. This is the knitting news from Knit Happens Teeside for the 39th week of 2025. My name's Annie, and the other night at knitting, Jill had finished her previous lace top and has started another one. So she didn't have it with her because I don't know if it was being blocked or stitched up at home, and she started this tunic. She's knitting this with, what's that name that gets mentioned, you know, Debbie Bliss, Rialto lace. Debbie Bliss must have sold shed loads of yarn because we've got loads of it in our stashes. So that's a lovely shade of red. It's kind of a soft red. Quite nice. And it'll suit Jill. She's not putting the beads on. I don't know if she's putting any on at all. I don't think she is. I think for a lace shawl I made, it helped keep the stitches open, the lace. It gives it some weight and structure to put beads all over. But with a garment, your body gives it structure, doesn't it? So I think it'll be fine without. And I think it's always thousands, isn't it? Thousands of beads. So she's not doing that bit. Helen arrived with her shawl. She's now on the last section. So I think that'll be really quickly done. Not quite sure what she's going to knit next. I was working on a mystery item, which is from the bottom up, and I'm just going round and round and round and round. It's actually great, this one, because I can knit it without I've got a few inches to go. I can knit it without looking. This is discontinued because I'm not an influencer. It's discontinued from well, it's actually probably from somebody else's stash because I think I bought it on eBay, but Jaeger Luxury Tweed, which is 65% merino lamb's wool and 35% alpaca. It's got a floof, and I think the floof makes it a double knit because it's got really good yardage on it. So it's you see me squinting, 180 metres or 187 yards. So for a double knit 50 gram, that's quite a lot, isn't it? So it's kind of like, between. Anyway, it's working up really nice on a 4mm needle, and I'm usually quite tension's usually quite right. So that's that, and that's kind of, well, you know the pink, you know this pink item. This pink item is knitted for, if you want to see it, it's knitted for the blocked calendar 2026, and you can order one if you go to Blocked Magazine's socials. If you find his Instagram, I would think that would get it for you. And you do know that all the Blocked magazines are all online and they are all free, so you can look at them and read them and knit the patterns for free. And yeah, there'll be somewhere you can order a calendar. So that was finished. And you know baby vests, when they have like I never knew what it was called. It's an envelope neck, where it crosses over at the shoulder so that the neck opens enough for a big baby head, should I say. That's this. And she came yesterday, and I'd started knitting the next size up, and I thought, no, this is too big. So I started knitting this size, and this is going to be too small, so I'm going to have to pull it back. But it's just a straightforward pull over jumper that's got an envelope neck, which is a Sublime pattern that I showed last week. This weekend, me, Tim and the dogs went to Masham. Masham Sheep Fair. I always think it's Sheep Show. There's the busies. Follow that ice cream van. Where did it go? It's gone.
It's a nice place,
Masham Sheep Fair, I'm going to check my notes, has been going for 30 years. It was started by Susan Cunliffe Lister and a group of volunteers, and they raise funds, and it's called Sheep Aid. I think the first year they raised £7,950, and then it was such a success they carried on. Last year 6,200 went to Yorkshire Air Ambulance, 600 went to Masham Young Farmers, and 200 went to the Church of England Primary School in Masham. It's a real family event. It's very wholesome. There was, let me think when we got there, they were judging the sheep. The sheep are all in pens. They've got quite a sort of record-breakingly big market square for a little village. It's a very big market square. Big ones. Got
It's a big one, isn't it?
best fleece. Hello. Quite friendly. Waiting to be fed. No, they haven't got the. Oh, it's Texel. This one's got a pen on his own. These lovely colours. Quite friendly, aren't they? Got some horns. Go that way. Two big ones.
Multi-breed shown tail. You can also make a foam bit for a hamster.
Is he the judge? I think he's the judge there. Don't know why they paint them yellow. Oh, you can't be too hot. It's nice and cool today. Look at them rosettes they've won. They had little stalls. There were sheepskin rugs and things like that again. Oh, there was all sorts. There was jam, cakes, there was local WI selling cakes, there were Morris dancers, brass bands. Sheep racing, that's good, that's a lot of fun.
You selling blue tickets, it's in the front.
It's a long way. No. Then the sheep demonstrations with geese. There was a big stall that sold natural dog treats, so they got lamb's ears and some sausage. I'm not sure what the sausage was, but it smelled really good actually. I'd had it in my pocket and I was like, it was the smell was on my hands, but it wasn't a bad smell at all. It was kind of like pepperami or something like that. It smelled really nice, but I didn't try any. A lot of sheepskin rugs at Masham were the ones with the felted back. They were expensive, but they need to be. So I tried to do a live of to show the sheep and things, but my connection wasn't very good, I don't think, so I haven't uploaded it. It wasn't very good. But Karen and Emily were watching me, so that was alright. I did have a couple of viewers. People must have clicked on it and thought, what the hell is this? It was like I was in a massive crowd of people with mobile phones because it was fuzzy and horrible, so that didn't work. There was one of the estates, the local estates that are like, they do hunting. I won't tell you what my husband said about them, but they had a big truck and they were doing burgers, all sorts of burgers, and they have been prosecuted before now for targeting birds of prey, killing birds of prey, protected birds of prey, obviously, because they've been prosecuted. So yeah, I won't repeat what he called them, but we didn't buy any burgers from there. In fact, we took some sandwiches and they were cheese and ham, and we sat in the graveyard and ate them. Now, as for fibre crafts, I can show you what I bought. Oh, I am drinking matcha. Ceremonial grade, apparently. I actually quite like the taste of matcha. I think I might prefer it to coffee. I don't know if it... it's supposed to have some of the same effects. Because I was drinking it at night and my daughter was laughing at me. So, natural dyeing workshops. This was a lovely stall. She was selling yarn that she'd dyed naturally. So I picked up a few leaflets to show you things. Yorkshire Wild Wool. That's the name of that one. The fluff that I bought was from Janet and Bluebell, their creative journey. I think Bluebell must be the blue little van. I don't know, it's lovely. So it's not grey, it's like a minky, like a minky grey. It is grey. So the dark shade, these are duos, and the dark shade is fine merino, camel cashmere, UK alpaca. That's the dark shade. And the plain merino. This is plain merino. This is softer. Now, I haven't weighed them, but it's looking like there's more of this and then less of that. I was thinking about maybe one of them cat hats. So it's 100 grams in total. And that was from Janet and Bluebell, and it was £8.50. She had a really big stall. So inside the town hall, it's all set out with more of the wool stalls. There were people selling... Oh, there was some... I don't know if I got a picture of these. I don't think I did. They were really scratchy. Woven blankets, but they were pure breed blankets. So there was a Herdwick blanket. You know, the different, I can't remember, Polwarth and things like that. There was all different breeds, but the blanket was all that breed. So they weren't very soft, but I can imagine they'd be really, really warm. And they were beautifully woven, 2 colours, most of them. Oh yeah, needlebugs felting. That was one of the ones I was trying to describe to you. Needlebugs felting was this. So she had a stall full of felted, mounted heads, and there was another stall with smaller items, and she was felting away behind the stall, and they were absolutely gorgeous. I just don't know what I'd do with them. Actually, did spend some money, but I bought that for me, and I bought a pair of socks, because the socks that I had on ended up halfway down my feet towards my toes, because there were those ankle sock things, not hand knitted. So they've gone in the bin. So I bought a pair of socks and put them on in the car, and they were so lovely and cosy. They weren't hand knitted either, I'm afraid. Wool pots. Oh yeah, that was alright. But I wasn't going to spend £10 on them. It was £10 for, because it would, if you knitted your plant pots, then you could plant your plants out in the garden and they would biodegradable. Yeah, which is a really good idea. And they're made from wool, and they were quite loosely made up. Obviously on some they look like they were cranked. Yeah, they're just cranked and overlocked across the bottom. So that would be an idea, wouldn't it? If you've got a sock cranker. Is that what they call it? That's about it. Oh yeah, sheer U rugs. Now these rugs were absolutely gorgeous, and we've got a couple of fleeces put away, but I don't think that they're curly. And that you probably have to, I don't know how you make them. Well, we'd have to have a look. So they were expensive. But the sheer Wensleydale's got the curly coat, and there was a lovely one that was kind of hope I've got a picture of it. There was a gorgeous big blue one. I could just imagine 2 cats and a dog lying on it and me. And there was like an olivey gold. That was gorgeous, because that was like the golden fleece. It really caught the light. Really, really lovely. As per the title of this video, if you're not really wanting to mix your knitting and politics up, which I didn't used to be until somebody shouted at me in capital letters that everything's political. No, that didn't do it either. It was later than that. Anyway, the reason I didn't go to Yarndale, it's further away. That's number one. Number two, it costs more. So it's half an hour further and it's about near on £20 to get in. And you have to arrive at a specific time. And where I went to Masham, it was £10 for a car and there was 2 of us in the car and 2 dogs. And we could arrive when we wanted and we were in public. So that meant I could actually film as well, because you have to get express permission to film if you're going to Yarndale. And somehow I thought I might not get it. I might not pass. I don't need any more wool. I don't really need any more fleece because I've got plenty to go at, and I don't need any more equipment. I've got 3 spinning wheels, loads of needles. I just need to sort of finish some items to free up some more needles. That would be a good idea. You're not allowed to wear anything political, which would probably even include this, which is our country's flag in suffragette colours, which is from letwomenspeak.org, and it is called Turf Island, the Turf Island t-shirt, if you wanted to get one. So you're not allowed to wear anything political, and it is political, but it's just women's rights, real women's rights. Spotted at Yarndale by somebody was this. The Progress Pride flag, that's what it's called. So the rainbow colours are for what Pride used to be, and the black and the brown are for trans people of colour. I think the purple circles for people who are autistic. I might be. But it's not my flag, that's for sure. Anyway, you can look it up if you were at all interested in doing so. Now, I know quite a lot about this subject. I've done quite a lot about this subject. I've been to places and spoken to people and done things and listened to people. If you were to go to Yarndale and buy a ticket, now I don't think this information is still on Yarndale's website, because the tickets aren't for sale now, are they? Because the event's finished, because it's now Monday. You are not allowed to have this is what it said, conversations or presentations that involve racism, fair enough, ableism, fair enough, misogyny, fair enough, misogynoir. Did I write it down? Misogynoir is, oh yes, because black women aren't included in misogyny, are they? They have to be segregated by this kind of person. So why are black women not? Why can't you be misogynistic to black women? Why is it misogynoir? Women are women. Transphobia? Well, I wouldn't call it that, but do they exist? Transmisogynoir? So this is an education, isn't it? I mean, I don't know who's making it all up. And actually, transmisogyny it's misogyny against men in dresses. That's what transmisogyny is. It's not against any woman who would prefer to be a man. So any women who are wanting to be men, or who like to live as men, dress as men, fair enough, that's fine. There isn't anything that I found on there. So transmisogyny is for trans women who are actually men. Transmisogyny Misogynoir must be black men who say they're women. You can't have a go at them. Homophobia, well, of course. Biphobia, well, you know, if you're not fussy. Classism, I'm absolutely certain that inside their heads they're guilty of this themselves, the people who say it. Fat phobia, fair enough. Eat what you want, be what you want. Body shaming, no, wouldn't do that. Or colorism. So it started with racism and it's ended with colorism. And that's the minutiae of detail between people's colour of skin. You know, I'm a white woman. I came out white and I came out female. Just saying. So there also isn't a name for any discrimination against me, specifically for being a white woman. I don't think there is a word for it, but it's not on their list. Let's put it that way. That's why I didn't go to Yarndale. I would much rather look through their list of vendors, go on their websites or their Instagrams and see what they're about and decide whether I need to buy anything from them or if I really like anything. Or if there's somebody who's justifiably sort of supportable, I will support them. But that's why I didn't go to Yarndale. And I hope I haven't spoilt your day if you went and now you wish you hadn't. I don't think you will. Because, you know, you can just, ignorance is bliss. You can just go along and enjoy it. But when you become aware. So 2 years ago I went in a t-shirt that had the definition of a woman on it. I also had a camera on my front. And one of the organisers or somebody off a stall did see me and went, and then they saw the camera and they couldn't do anything about it or say anything about it. And it was just a t-shirt that had the definition of a woman on. So it just said woman. It could have said man. I could have been. I mean, that would have been acceptable, wouldn't it, if I was a woman and I was wearing a man t-shirt? They would have liked that. That would have been fine. So they need to get over themselves. Right. Sorry about that. You don't normally get ranty Annie, do you? Just had to be said. Right. Chill now. I am wearing... This has got a lace pattern down the front and it was made for this yarn, which is a Serdar. Shh. Hush. That's what it's called. I think it's Serdar Hush. So it's very much like, but maybe a bit softer. And maybe not 100% mohair lace, but it is a mohair lace. It's very much like all the other mohair laces that are available. I'm not quite sure what size needle it was on, but it is a kind of like a 4 or a 5mm, which, if you think about it, works to scale for double knit. Like any double knit pattern that you see, you could try to do a tension square in with a 4mm and a lace and see what it comes out like, which means that there's loads of patterns that you could use for mohair. Did I explain that properly? How is it just like, so you could double knit cardigan, a plain double knit cardigan, if you made it with mohair, then it would be a lacy, like a lighty one, a light and airy, very warm though one. Really do like mohair, in case you haven't noticed. This here this is my fruity knitting. Only carrots are a vegetable. If you've noticed any little bits on here. So I went shopping for something new for Daisy to sharpen her claws on. And because we have this foam mat and it was what I was using for blocking, and she was scratching we have some wallpaper in the bedroom that's a little bit foamy and she'd been scratching at it. So I thought, oh, I'll have to put something in the way. And the only thing that was to hand that I could put in the way was this big yellow mat. But She gets it stuck on her nails. She shreds it. It's noisy and it's all over the floor. So I'm going to buy her you can buy adhesive carpet, like in a roll, that would do a couple of different spots. So I'm going to buy one of them. Anyway, I thought I'll just go out and look. Got a bee in my bonnet about it and went out, and the pet shop was shut, so I went to TK Maxx, and they only had the cardboard ones that don't really last, do they? And this. And I thought, you know what cats are like? They don't sort of use the things that you buy for them. And they do use the things that you haven't intended for them. But I think she's had one little go at it. So it follows her around the house. Keep moving it. What I did think was, it's not very heavy. I did think, well, I don't want this in my house. What a ridiculous, ugly thing. And I thought, therefore, she'll like it and I'll have to keep it. That just turns round. And it's just on a base that you put together. I'll let you know if she starts using it properly. It's the Puritanical Knitting Fun Run. Puritanical Knitting Fun Run is coming up, and it's based on Puritan graves, which aren't crosses and things like that. The bones, wings, bats. So if you check out Anne Pinkover's blog, so many words. There's information on there about it, and probably on her Instagram and things like that. So it's, I don't know if it started on Wednesday, and I don't know if it's a couple of months. So that wasn't very good, was it? But I did give you the name, the information where you need to go. Oh, are we going? Oh, yes we are. Anyway, probably because of my rant, I forgot a little bit. So, the spinning, was it the Bradford Guild? Handspun wool. Oh, that's a brass band. The handspun wool competition, which there was definitely a thing outside the door. Let me have a look on my pictures. It just jogged me memory. Yeah, the Bradford and District Guild of Hand Weavers, Spinners and Dyers. Oh, they were present. They had a hall. That was the section that I forgot. So there was actually the entries for the first, second, third prize, whatever prize. They were upstairs in the town hall, but there was another little hall that was like a church hall. And in the church hall, they had a lot of their own handmade goods for sale. Lovely socks and shawls and mitts and hats and some really lovely things. But obviously I'm a knitter, so I didn't buy any. But it was good just to see all their work. And they had electric spinning wheels for sale and 3D printed wool combs and things like that. And outside somebody was sitting spinning, and also there was a man making rope on the big field.
I think this is Paul Dorset, and this is merino pink stuff.
Sometimes at 6.
Stop it flowing by putting them on.
I'm making this skipping road.
I'll be having my tea, you'll be stood here. Carry on doing it.
What's up? Are you getting tired? Right, stop. Now what's going to happen? She's going to start turning at that end.
Really?
So when she turns at that end, you turn again at this end. So be ready. Yeah, if you can hold that with, just hold that still
Yeah.
and turn that way, yeah. Right. And can you get about the same speed as he does?
Really?
Right, you start turning.
Yes, working.
Making rope.
Just a bit slower, she's not going quite so fast.
Tell Grandma to look past it.
Not too fast, yeah.
Too fast! That's what I thought. Look, they're making road.
Right.
You know, there's also yellow.
Ready, one more turn and done. Right. Can you unhook it from there? You can let that go now.
I'm probably the furthest one. How about you, right? But it's got it. I know it's right,
Gonna make with that.
No, don't turn now, leave it alone. Yeah, you can let that go out there. That goes into there. Open these up. Can you pass me the other end of the rope?
So it's a proper full day out. We got there just around dinner time. We spent a good 4 hours there, and we didn't, I didn't feel like I'd even looked at everything. I dragged Tim round some extra stalls just to see if there was any nice cake, but I think most of it had gone by then. So I just wanted to tell you about the guild, because it's not our guild, but 2 years ago. Oh, it can't have been 2 years ago, can it? Was it 1 year ago? 2 years ago I went to, maybe it's 3 years since I went to Yarndale, but the last time I went to Masham sheep show, I was admiring the hand spun yarn, and I said to the lady, I do have a spinning wheel, but I don't really spin very much, and I have done, but I just don't get it out because I think, well, I've got a load of wool already. But spinning is a thing in itself. Once you've done it for quite a bit, it is I can't spin at the moment because I've got other things I have to do, but I kind of want to. I do want to spin at the moment. I keep thinking, should I sit down? Should I sit down and do a bit? But I'm taking chunks of weeks at a time, so I will get back to it. But I was admiring the spinning, and the lady said, well, have you got a guild? Where do you live? Have you got a spinning guild near you? And that is how come I went to the Durham Guild. I thought, that is a good idea. I can't believe I haven't thought about it before. I can't believe I haven't done it before. And I will have been at the Durham Guild 2 years in December, I think it'll be. Yeah. So that must have been 2 years ago, mustn't it? So if you do have a guild, get yourself out and go to it. Our guild is a very pleasant guild. I don't know if they're all the same. Hopefully they are. They're very much pro. Create whatever you want, be whoever you want. They're very much just encouraging the craft. Ours is anyway. I think Wednesday might be the finish date for the Make Orange Great Again, but it was kind of a big shawl I was making. It's on one of my other thumbnails. You'll see it if you haven't been before. And if you haven't been before, sorry for the political rant, and it's not very often that I do that. And I hope you haven't disappeared again. And thank you for subscribing, because quite a few people have subscribed recently. And it's always nice to just have a little look and see that you've got a couple more. It really is. Oh, it's gone up. I mean, I haven't got many at all in total. So, yeah, it does help. Political stuff is not what I'm about. Usually days out and knitting and spinning. But I haven't done any spinning because I had knitting to get finished and I don't have that much time. But this knitting that I'm doing at the moment is really good because I can sort of do it anywhere, because I don't have to concentrate, I don't have to look at it all the time. So yeah, I should get that done. Hopefully. That'll be for the middle of the month of October, and it's nearly October, isn't it? So are you all busy doing pumpkins? Amy of Pro-Life Knitter, Amy, who is Two Sisters and Some Yarn Amy. She's doing crochet pumpkins like there's no tomorrow. And they're really lovely. And now I'm waffling, so I'm going to leave you to look at the pretty pictures and get over my rant, and see you next week. More news, maybe, then.
Oh, went to Morrisons and got some yarn.